Hi, so recently I've been sent a little package from Sebastian over at Ban Valley Flies. It's part of his new fly tying incentive where you can get a box of whatever materials are needed to tie specific patterns. So he has a few different ranges. The one I have at the minute is part of the Stillwater range, and we're tying a UV Booby. So just a quick list of materials that are required. Hold that back from the camera so we can get into the focus. And just a few notes on how it should look. So first of all, in the box, pack of 25 hooks. And say they look to be, there's no brand on them, but they're certainly strong, sharp and barbless, which is ideal for stillwaters. Now, secondly, a pack of Vineyard's UV tail, and then we have three different colours of frets. There's what looks to be a couple of packets of 10mm and a 15mm in orange, so already you could tie up a few different variations. Now with the likes of the Booby, one of the hardest bits of it, or most probably awkward, is getting your eyes formed nice and round. So we also have included two different packets of Preformed Eyes. Now they're both different sizes. So realistically, you've more than enough. You know, when you've gone through the 25 hooks, you're going to have a lot of materials left over. You know, there's no reason you couldn't tie up a lot more flies. I would say you'll probably get 30-35 flies out of each packet of frets. And on top of that now, even without tying the Booby pattern, it's very, very easily adaptable or adapted to other patterns. You know, take for instance your orange frets. You could tie that straight onto a hook, no tail, no bead, no eyes, and straight, you know, you've got an orange blob which will work just about anywhere. Again, you can add a pack of beads and a marabou tail, and you're into tadpole type patterns, which again, very, very effective. So hopefully now I'm going to have a wee bash at tying up the pattern for you. Right, so I have one of the hooks that Sebastian's included in the vise, and as you can see, very sharp, strong. Certainly can't see it ever letting you down in a fish. Now, I'm going to start off, I'm going to use a chartreuse coloured thread just because it matches the Booby eyes that he has sent. So first of all, just lay a nice layer of thread down your fly, down the hook, sorry, and back up. There we go. Nice simple pattern for anybody wanting to start off fly tying. Not too many materials, very basic techniques. So we're just going to take our preformed Booby eye. These are a great job. It saves all the hassle of having to cut and trim, getting them all the same size. You know, if somebody else is doing it or they're mass produced, they're all likely to be identical. And all you do is catch it in over the top and then figure 8 turns. Every now and again, just pull down to tighten it all in. So 4 or 5 sets of figure 8s should be more than enough to hold it. If you're not 100% sure on it, you can do a few more at the end of the fly, and then take our thread back down towards the bottom, just to where the bend starts. Now next we have our UV tail. So the pattern suggests 6 to 8 strands. So what I'm going to do is pull out 3. Well, no, we'll go for 4. We'll go for 4. It's a biggish hook. So 4 strands of our UV enhancer. Double it over. As you can see, they're all different lengths at the minute, but we can just trim that to suit. Or even for handiness, we'll tie, oh, that's the vice nearly pulled out. We'll trim them off now, so they're all the same length. Catch it in, and then with our thread just take it up the fly, catch all your loose ends in, and back down. Just at this point we're going to trim off our tail, and really whatever length you think yourself. I'm kind of going to go for the length of the shank. There we go, and then that can set to the side for the next fly. You know, you're using maybe 20mm every fly, and there's enough in the pack for hundreds. You know, that should last you years. So next we're just going to go with our orange fritz, and again you're talking probably 1.5 meters of fritz anyway, so it should certainly get you 20 to 30 flies. I just strip off a bit of the core, just bear that up, lay it along your shank and catch it in with your thread, and just again tight turns, keeping your body nice and even, working your way up towards your eyes. Just pull them forward till you get right in tight. That's us. Now just with your finger and thumb, sometimes it's a little bit easier if you wet them, stroke the fibres back and just take it one turn at a time, making sure there's not too many or any fibres pointing forwards. If there is, it's not too bad. Just try and catch them back with your next turn. Sometimes it can be awkward, it doesn't want to lie the way you want, it's just perseverance. There we go, we're getting up there now. One more should do it. That's it. And then just with your thread, cross over 1, 2, 3 and trim off. And again, if you don't think your eyes are sitting quite the way you want them, you can just put a few more turns over it. There we go, and make sure there's nothing sticking forward. That's pretty good there. And now we're ready to whip finish. So again, just trying to pull back any fibres that are sticking forward so as you don't catch them in. Oh, there's a bit of light bright just caught on my whip finish tool from an earlier fly. So tease everything back. Whip finish. Trim off. Now see there's one or two little fibres. You can either pull them out with your finger and thumb, or if they're going to be stubborn, like that one, just trim them off with the scissors. I'm going to need my sharp scissors for that. There we go. And here we have the UV-tailed blob. Great pattern for anybody wanting to start off tying. And again, very easily changed into a couple of different patterns. You can drop the eyes off it and just have a standard orange blob, a gold bead and a bit of marabou, and you're into a tadpole type lure. You know, a couple of patterns that will stand well just about anywhere you go.